Computer, yes. All right. Hello, friends. Okay, so we are doing the same format as last week. And I'm glad there's so many of you here because I was afraid by sending that out early, I was going to scare people away. But enough people told me that they really liked it last week that I figured we would do it again. So it is, I'll explain what we're doing during the warm up. If you weren't here last week, that's totally fine. Everybody come on up to your feet. We've got 30 seconds of jumping jacks to start. Ready and go. Good. Jumping jacks or step outs. Um, so this workout is 45 seconds of a hip move followed by 30 seconds of a yoga pose hold. The yoga pose is designed to be your active recovery. So it's going to allow your heart rate to come back down while you're holding a stretch. You've got 10 more seconds of jumping jacks, and then we're going into squats. We'll do each little bundle of hip move and yoga pose 3 or 4 times and squats. Good. Don't have to get super deep. Just get the legs warmed up, get the hips moving. If the yoga pose is single-sided, then we'll do it 4 times so that we balance things out. If the yoga pose is in the center, like a chair pose, then we'll just do it once. And then what we won't do, but what you will see on the PDF, there's a cardio finisher. So if you're doing this on a day when you don't have a run and good mornings, a little bit of a bend in the knees. Ooh, hinge forward. If you're doing this on like a Wednesday and you don't have a run scheduled, then you can do the full 45 minutes, which will include 8 minutes of just a cardio blast at the end, where you do 4 of the cardio moves back to back to back 2 times through. But since a lot of us are going to be running in, 11 hours, we're going to skip that part and we're just going to do the 30-minute kind of bulk of the workout. And twist. Good. Hands come to the center of your chest. Let your heel come off the ground as you twist through your full body. Nice work, guys. 10 seconds left. Then we've got swimmers. And swimmers. In case you don't follow Allie on Instagram, she got engaged the other day.
Yay.
Just saying.
Thanks.
Wait, it did become Instagram official, right? I didn't just like,
Yes, it did.
okay.
I
And
decided telling
reverse
people was a
direction.
lot of work.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure after you sent me the picture, I saw it on Instagram. And rest. Good. Take a quick 30-second break. Grab a sip of water. I'll show you the first exercise. First up is going to be standing fire hydrants. So you're going to get balanced on one leg, bend the other leg up 90 degrees, and you're just lifting until you feel your glute engage and back down. It's going to be 45 seconds all on one leg. And then we're going to step back into a crescent pose. I'm going to find some way to adjust this camera better, and I will show you what that looks like when we get there. So standing fire hydrants are first. Ready, set, and go. 45 seconds. Maybe if I move you guys up higher, let's see. I swear every week I'm like, I am going to find the perfect camera angle, and every week that is a lie. All right, this isn't, nope, I'm gonna hit the bookshelf. Let's turn this way. Okay. Good, guys, 20 more seconds. Okay. You can't see my head all the way, but that's fine. This should work better. Good. 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, the leg that was just working, step it back. Arms come by the ears. You're in a high lunge. Push the heel of the back leg back so that you feel that stretch through the calf, and then sink down into the front leg. Get the stretch
Ow.
through the hip flexor. Oh my goodness, I keep not hitting play. Okay, keep holding this. There we go. If you don't feel anything here, you can bend that back knee, and then you're going to feel it more into your quad. So play with that,
Yeah.
straightening and bending, and just see what you need. You've got 5 seconds. Then we're going to switch to the other leg. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Coming back to balance. Bend the leg 90 degrees and fire hydrants. Working on ankle stability of the standing leg, getting into the tiny muscles in the side of the glute and the hip flexor on the leg that's working. Kelly's got extra weight. Cats and dogs make excellent kettlebells. Good. 15 seconds. The timer has finally synced up with our moves, so you will hear it this time. And then you're going to step back with this working leg. Woo-hoo. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and step back. Back leg is straight. Push your heel towards the ground. Bring your arms up with the ears and then bend into the front leg. But if you notice, everybody looks really good that I can see their lower body. If your knee starts to go in front of your toes, you're just going to widen your stance a little bit. But everybody looks good from here. You've got less than 10 seconds. Then we're back to that first side. You can bend the knee and straighten, play with that a little bit. And fire hydrants back to side number 1. Good. We've got one more on each side. If your balance is really crappy today, like mine is, you can come towards something and just put your fingertips on the wall or a bookshelf. To be fair, this is the second time I've done this workout today. So that's why my body is like, what are we doing? Oh my goodness, Kelly.
I know.
Is this like the witching hour for him? Or is he like this all the time?
He just loves mat Pilates and things.
Okay, all right.
He just thinks this is very exciting.
3, 2, 1. Good. Step back. Arms by the ears. Sink in. And then play with bending that back knee. You'll feel it more in your quad, and then straighten. Claire, are you watching the baby monitor while you do this?
No, I was just responding to emails.
Ew, gross.
No, I'm like my specific flavor of anxiety was such that I was like, I cannot have a video baby monitor. I need an audio only one. So,
And switch sides. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know they made audio only anymore.
I mean, they're old school.
Yeah. I always think it's creepy that you can like talk to kids through the baby monitors. I'm like, that's alarming when you're a small child and your parent's voice just comes through the ceiling telling you to like lay back down.
See, I have the deadly combo of working in IT and also watching way too many like true crime things. So
Yeah.
I never have the video monitor because I'm like, somebody could hack it and like
Yeah.
have pictures of my sleeping child
And
talk to
step
them.
back.
I mean, a lot of them are super insecure, like on like the
Yeah.
network stuff. Yeah.
We've got a Ring camera in our basement, and because there's a door down there, and every time I walk down to do laundry, I swear it's only at night that it's like you're being video recorded, and it scares the crap out of me. And I think there's a person in the basement. And every time I come upstairs, like in the verge of tears, I'm like, Jason, you have to fix this. Good. All right. Come back, legs under your hips. We're going into squat jumps. So squat down, jump up. Alternatively, you can do a squat into a calf raise. You don't have to jump. Go right to work. We've got 30 seconds. And then this is going to alternate with a chair pose. So we're going to hold the chair pose. If you are near a wall, you could do a wall sit instead of chair pose if that feels better to you. But yeah, then I come upstairs. I'm like, you have to turn it off. And he's like, I have motion detection turned off. Like, I don't know why it's talking to you. And I'm like, well, that's even scarier. Like, good. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now bring your feet together. Arms with the ears. Sit your butt back. Back is pretty flat here. There's going to be a little natural curve in your low back, but we're not like arching our back. Good. There's a lot of arms with the ears right now because we're working our shoulders, even though we're not really doing anything, right? Your arms have weight to them. So by holding your arms up in the crescent lunge and in the chair pose, you're building some heat in the shoulders and go back to work. Squat to calf raise or squat jumps. Squat down, jump up, land soft, toes, then ball of the foot, then heel. Same thing if you're going into the calf raise. You're going to come up and down nice and slow. Use your arms for momentum. Good. 20 seconds left. This one's only 3 times, so you're already halfway. Oh, Claire and Allie, since I know you wear the Lululemon shorts, I did buy the smaller size and I wore them on Saturday and they were way better. So the bigger size is just going to have to be for shorter runs now. And rest. Good. Sink down. This time, if you want, you can bring your hands to the center and then take a twist, opposite elbow to opposite knee. You'll notice that some of these moves were in last week's workout, right? That's not an accident, that's on purpose. Repetition is what builds muscle. So they're in a different order, they're paired with different exercises, but some of these are repeating. Good, you've got 3, 2, and squat jumps. Good, sink down and up. Nice work. You've got 35 seconds, almost there. This is the last one. Ooh, where is the fan? Good, 20 seconds left. You can switch to the calf raise whenever you need a break with your cardio and then hop back in when you're ready. Good. See if you can sit down a little bit deeper. Really get the legs parallel to the ground. And chair pose. Knees together, hands by your ears. And then if you took the twist on the other side, take the twist on this side. Good. In about 15 seconds, we're coming down to the ground. We've got a push-up down dog, and that's going to be alternated with just a child's pose. So you're going to be in your push-up position. You can also do this from your knees. It's a push-up, and then lift the hips, come to a downward facing dog. Then come back to your high plank position, push up, push back. Come on down, start in your plank position. Good, Kelly, walk your hands forward a little bit more if you're gonna stay on your knees. Yeah, there we go. And go, good, push up, curl the toes under, push back to down dog. Nice, enjoy that shoulder stretch for a second and then come back forward for your next push up. Good work. Nice job, guys. You've got 5 seconds, then you just get to drop your knees to the ground and push back into child's pose and child's pose. Good. You can bring your toes together, spread your knees apart, or keep the knees together. You're going to get a little bit more compression in the lower body with the knees together. You might be able to get your chest a little closer to the ground with the knees apart. So kind of play with this, see what feels right. You've got 3 rounds here, so you've got 2 more rounds of this. We're back to work in 3, 2, and go. Good. Always perfect, Kelly. Come to that plank position first. Nice, Claire. And then push up. Bring the hips up. Really push back so that your head, yes, Linz, so that your head comes behind your arms. Nice, Shannon. Yep. Push the palm of the hand into the ground. Bob, I'm sure you're doing an excellent job, but I can't see you, which is fine. I can see your hips come up in the air. So I know you're getting into your down dog. I didn't want you to think I was ignoring you. Allie, pick your head up a little bit when you come back to your plank position so that your neck's in a straight line. Yes, right there. And rest. Push back into your child's pose.
Oh man.
Oh, there you are. Hi.
Hello.
Look at your little garden. That's cute.
It's a little barren this year, but
Outdoor patio, we'll call it instead of a garden.
yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Good. 5 seconds. Then you've got your last round. And go. Good. 45 seconds of push-ups. Lift up into that downward facing dog. As you're starting to get more tired, spend more time in the down dog. That's totally fine. You're still working the shoulders. You're still going to get the push-ups in, but if you need to rest for a little bit longer in that downward facing dog, go for it. Then come back forward. Good. Hit the high plank position first and then into your push-up. Nice work. 20 seconds. Sorry, Burns. Child's pose. Good. Push back. Really walk the fingertips forward. This is the last one. So enjoy that stretch through the spine, through the lower back. Hello. Hello. Good. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up, grab a quick sip of water. I'm going to show you the next moves. We've got a 1-minute break. We're going skaters into goddess. I think we did skaters last week paired with something else. So it is a jump or a step, but you're going to take up space from side to side. And then 2 options here. You can tap the toes behind you and really sink into that curtsy lunge. That works a little bit better with the step to focus on getting low. Or if you want to focus on a little more cardio today, you can jump and float the back foot so that you can push off the foot with a little bit more oomph. So these can be faster or slower, dealer's choice. You've got 3 rounds, so you can try it both ways. And then we're alternating that with a goddess pose. So I'll show you that when we get there, but it's going to be heels in, toes out, sink down. And go, skaters. Good. Take up space. You want to keep your hips squared off towards the front. That's what, as you get tired, you're going to start to kind of twist your whole body. So everybody looks good right now, but just pay attention to that, especially into the 2nd and 3rd round. Good. 20 seconds. Has anybody ever had to do these in PT with a band on? Yeah, I figured that's a popular PT move with the resistance band on. Good. You've got 3, 2, 1. Take a stance a little bit wider than your hips with your heels in, your toes pointed out. Bring your arms up above your head and then kind of claw through the air as you sink down. You're really just dropping your crotch right down to the ground. And then pull the elbows back to the wall behind you so that you feel your shoulder blades come together. You should feel a stretch through your back. Your legs should be burning a little bit. 3, 2, and 1. Come on up and back to it. So I was in a yoga class the other day and she said something about like, the point was to try to get your butt back. And she was like, like you're about to jump onto a luge. And in my brain, I immediately went to ice luge and I was like, who is jumping on an ice luge? Like, what is this? And somebody else was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, like the Olympics. And I was like, that is not at all where my brain went. And then I could see it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like the ski jump thing. And goddess, good. Heels in, toes out. But my brain immediately, I was like, God, I haven't done an ice luge in probably 15 years. Good. Hands can come to your knees. Twist through the upper body, but don't let the knees collapse in. Really keep the knees pushed out. But if you want to get that stretch through the spine and the shoulders, you can twist here. We've got 1 more round of these. And come on up. Last round of skaters. If you've been jumping, maybe you try stepping and really get low in that curtsy lunge this time. If you've been getting low, maybe you jump, take up some space, work on the speed. Maybe you stick with what you've been doing and you ignore me. That's also totally fine. Good. 20 seconds left. Almost there. Good. Keep it up, guys. You've got 10 seconds. This is it. Last time you have to do these today. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Back into goddess. Sink down, heels in, toes out. You can bring the hands to the knees and twist. You can bring the hands to the knees and just work on kind of pushing the knees out. You really want to feel this in your inner thighs. You could sway a little side to side, bringing the toes up off the ground. Good. And then in about 5 seconds, you're going to come to the back of your mat. We've got a broad jump burpee back pedal. So you're going to start at the back of your mat. You're going to sink down, jump forward, hands come to the ground like our frog jump last week. Then you step or jump back, bring your chest all the way to the ground, push up, step or jump in, back pedal back. Back to it. So it's a jump into your burpee, back pedal back. You can also do a monster walk forward if you don't want to jump. Come to the ground. Good, get to work. This round will be quick. You're only going to have about 15 seconds because my demo took a long time. So get 1 or 2 in. Good. 3, 2, 1. This one is paired with just a wide leg forward fold. Let your heart rate come down. If you're really out of breath, stop here with your head in line with your heart until you feel like you've caught your breath. Then you can let your head come below your heart. You can let your fingers rest on the ground. You can grab for opposite elbows. But let the weight just kind of pull you down. Feel this through your hamstrings. And back to work. Roll it up. Come to the back of your mat. Sink down. Hop forward. Right into your burpee. Back pedal it back. I feel like every trainer on the planet has an idea of what constitutes a burpee. If they are not having you bring your chest to the ground, they are wrong, in my opinion. But, you know, it's not, a lot of people do it as like a push-up. It's really just kind of a collapse down to the ground, and then you're pushing your whole dead weight up off the ground. And wide leg forward fold. Good. Enjoy that rest. I think I've told you guys this story, but my brother, my older brother, told me when I was like 12, he's like, if you ever go to prison, burpees are the best exercise because they work your whole body and you can do them in your jail cell. And that has stuck with me. And now I know if I ever go to prison, I will be in great shape by the time I come home. And last round, come on up, right back to burpees. I also have no idea. This is the same brother that like would jiggle my arm fat, which is why I'm very sensitive about making all my clients do tricep exercises now. It's totally my own trauma. It has nothing to do with their personal training goals. Good 15 seconds. Almost there. And of anyone in my family, my little brother will be the one to get incarcerated, not me. 3, 2, 1, and wide leg forward fold. Not that I expect him to get arrested, but like if it was going to happen, it would be him. He's the one that gave himself the bubonic plague because he ate a squirrel that he had shot out of season, and gave himself the honest to God plague, which, by the way, they can cure with antibiotics now. All right, you've got 5 seconds. Then we're coming to the ground for plank jacks. So Come on down. You're going to start in a high plank position, and then you're jumping the legs out or stepping. So it's a step or a jump, but your shoulders stay right on top of your wrists. Good. 30 seconds, hop right to it. We're alternating this with a pigeon pose. So the bad news is you will have to do it 4 times, but the good news is pigeon is going to feel really good after all the jumping and the burpees and the squat jumps. So you've got 10 more seconds, a few more. Good. If you're tapping, you're just going to keep that rhythm. If you're jumping, I always try to count to 5 or 10 in my head, take a little mini break. All right, pigeon pose. From your plank position, lift your hips up and then bring one leg through. You're bringing your knee towards your same wrist, and then your ankle comes across the body. You can stay up high or you can drop down low. If pigeon is too confusing or you're too tight, you can just come to a low lunge instead and just sink into that lunge. And back to work. Come to your high plank. Good. I'm gonna turn my butt to you guys so you can see if you're stepping. You've got 2 options. You can step out and in with the same side, or you can go out, out, in, out, out, in. The out, in uses your core a little bit more. The out, in, one side at a time is going to allow you to go a little bit faster. So you can play with both, see what feels good today, and it can change every time you watch this video. It might not be the same every time. Good. 5 seconds left. Nice job. 3, 2, 1. Good. From your plank position, lift your hips up. Bring the opposite leg through. Knee comes towards the hand. Ankle comes across to the opposite wrist. Or you can just take a low lunge and push into that front leg. Good. 10 seconds left. Then you can repeat the plank jacks, or if you want to do mountain climbers instead, you can revisit mountain climbers from last week's workout. So either way, you're starting in that high plank position. For mountain climbers, you're just going to bring your knee in towards your chest, or you're going to go back to the plank jacks where you're stepping the feet out to the side or jumping them out to the side. Good. By now, your shoulders are probably burning. That is not an accident. That's how we're getting the upper body work in today, is just by holding yourself up in these core exercises. So 15 seconds to go, almost there. But if this ever does become too much on your shoulders, you can always do these elevated. So bringing your hands up to like a coffee table or the couch, or you can come down to your elbows and pigeon, lift the hips up, bring the leg through. Coming down to your elbows in these exercises will make them harder on your core. Your core will work harder, but it'll give your wrist and your shoulder a little bit of a break. You can also stand up and do Bob's favorite exercise, regular jumping jacks, and get off your wrists completely. Good. 5 more seconds. We've got 1 more round. And go. Good. Come on back. Mountain climbers or plank jacks. Last one. I just realized I never started my watch, which makes me really sad that I'm not getting credit for this, but I'll survive. 30 seconds to go. Good. Nice work. Everyone's shoulders are still on top of their wrist, which looks really good. If you're watching this at home or later, that's what you need to pay attention to. Make sure you're keeping the weight, the shoulders on top of the wrist. Good. You've got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Good. Pigeon or low lunge on the other side. 30 seconds here. And then since we're already down, we'll just drop to our butts. We'll do some stretching on the ground today. Good. 10 more seconds. Bringing my timer with me. Hi, Bobs. What would you like? And come on down. Good. Take a nice wide. Oh, I need to adjust this camera. All right. Take a nice wide like V with your legs. Flex the feet. Okay, stop licking me. And then I'm just trying to get to the right spot on the timer. There we go. All right, turn your shoulders towards your right foot. Bring your fingertips to the ground and just walk them towards your foot. You might not ever get towards your foot. You might still be by your shins or wherever, but just kind of let your fingertips, okay, promise, walk you forward. If you can reach your toes, you can interlock all 10 fingers below your toes. I cannot. 3, 2, 1, come back to center. Turn your shoulders towards your left foot. Bring your fingertips to the ground. She's chewing on the, I don't think she's actually trying to chew on the wheel to my exercise bike, but she's got her toy wedged up against it. So she is chewing on the bike without trying to. Three, 2, 1, good. If this is comfy, you can keep the legs there. Otherwise, come to a comfy seated position and just pull one arm across the front. If you don't feel this, try dropping the arm down at more of an angle. You should feel a little bit of compression through the chest, a little bit of a pull at the back of the shoulders. Stop. No. Go away. I worked hard enough to get sweaty for the dog to appreciate it, but, and switch. Good, pull across. If you don't feel it up here, drop the arm down, pull in closer with the other arm. Stop, Bronx. Five seconds. And then I'm going to turn sideways for this one. You're going to come to a kneeling position, curling your toes under. So you're going to sit on your heels. You're going to feel this stretch through the bottom of your feet. And then if you can lean back so that you also feel this in your quads. If you're like, I'm not testing my balance, that's totally fine. You can just stay in the kneeling position, getting the stretch through the feet. But if it feels good, then lean back. Get the stretch through the quads. Good. Then you can keep the toes there or drop the tops of the feet down to the ground. You're going to come up to a tall kneeling position. Hands come to the low back and just push your hips forward. Look up and back with your eyes. Get this slight back bend here. Half camel. Good. And then come back to a neutral spine. Sit your hips back down on your heels. Take a couple shoulder rolls. Backwards and then forwards. Good. All right. Let me stop the recording.